Hi everyone, it's Veronica and I am here with a project share. I have created a Memorydex card for Jen Callie, and many of us here on YouTube know who she is from years ago. She has a very clean and simple style. She was an avid Copic colorer, and then she got into Ray Dunn decor. Jen has decided to leave all social media, and I think Instagram is probably the last one, and she will be leaving that on June 30th. So she had asked that those of us that wanted to, if we would create a Memorydex card for her so that she could keep in touch. And I decided to do that because I just love Jen, love her style, love her spirit. She is one sweet lady. So I wanted to share with you, first of all, what I used to create my Memorydex card. I don't have the actual die because I loaned it out, but this is the shape of the die that I own. And I used Mr. Snuggles from Cottage Cuts. I used the coffee cup from Cottage Cuts. And this is a Verve die, and the word is chocolate. I just love this packaging. And Verve has gone out of business, but and this word is coffee. But I just love this, the way the packaging is, and very sturdy packaging. Okay. And I think I only own two Verve dies. One is coffee and the other is chocolate, but I do have some of their stamps as well. I also used Cartwright sequins, and as you can see, this is extra because I just tend to keep adding and adding and adding. You know, when you're cooking and you decide on one seasoning, but then as you're going along, you just keep adding different seasonings that you think about or that you see. This is what happens to me with sequins, and I always overdo it. So whenever I have a coffee themed project, I'm ready. Okay. All right. So this is my Memorydex card. And when I tell you this was a challenge for me, I started out with one thing in mind and ended up with something else. I wanted to do a shaker all along, but my idea initially was to do the shaker without any background paper, just doing this bottom piece and this top piece right here so that you can still see through it. But Jen had asked that we put our mailing information as well as our birth date on the Memorydex card. So I was thinking if I have it that way, then I will have to add paper in order to do that. So then I had another bright idea. I wouldn't be adding paper. I would do it on the cup. So I thought, oh, okay, that'll work. But then I thought about adhering the bear and the cup to the shaker portion, and you seeing the adhesive on the back. And I'm sure some people probably would say, oh, you know, because the shaker bits are in there, you're not going to see the adhesive. I know it's there, and that bothered me, so I just could not do it. So hence, I added the paper, which this brown is the 110-pound cardstock from Michaels, but I still wanted to do the bear. And this is a coffee theme because one of the things that Jen really loves is coffee. She loves God, coffee, fashion, and Bigelow. And if you follow her on Instagram, you know who Bigelow is. Okay, so what I did here, because she's such a lover of coffee, I love the size of this cup because I wanted it exaggerated on how much she loves it. This Starbucks piece was from a kit I had ordered a couple of years back, so I just took it out of that kit and used it. I did some inking on the bear using Vintage Photo because I didn't have a color paper that I really liked for that portion of his face. And you know, with Cottage Cuts, they have the tiniest pieces. So I really wanted it to look like the bear. I wanted it to look like, and I forgot my little marker. I don't have the white one anymore. What is it? Jelly Roll. But this one has sparkle to it. So I thought that was kind of cute. Now, I did add my information to the cup. So what I had to do was adhere my cup with, and you might, yep, there it is. This is a repositionable glue dot. And that was the only way I could figure to do this. And I'm sure I did this the hard way, which is what I always do. But my information is here on the back. All right. So what she has to do is just put this back under. I was hoping it would stay and wouldn't come off at all, and that the cup would just come off, but that's okay. And get him to hold the cup again. And then these are the shaker bits, and you can see how much I overdid it in creating the combination. But I have some honeybee little bits in here, the Cartwright sequins, and some things from Michaels, I think. Okay, and then here's the coffee dye. I used my fuse, and I really didn't like that raw edge showing like that, so I was trying to figure out something else to do, and I really wanted to use this word, so that was like perfect. And what I did on the back was just cut another bear and backed that one so that it could look like one solid piece. Now, I could have written my information back here after I had changed my plan about 2 or 3 times, but I just decided to keep it a clean look in the back, and putting it on the cup was something different. But it was tough getting these sequins in this little bag because I just didn't realize how much space I was cutting off by doing this, but I was too deep in to go back. But I think it turned out cute, and I hope she likes it. And I am sending her a card with a note in it. And this is one of the cards that I did for my kit in Caboodle Crafting. Because she loves Copic coloring as well, I thought this was appropriate. And the colors kind of matched. So that is my Memorydex card for Jen Callie. And hopefully she likes it. So it is about to go out in the mail. Thank you all so much for stopping by and watching. Happy crafting.